Kildare against Cork. Cork, 2 matches against Kerry. They were limited, I thought, in both games against Kerry. Possibly should have lost the first one, even though it was Kerry came back to get the replay. And Kildare as well. Two teams almost, strange outfits in many ways. Kildare, Cork.
I think Cork, along with Mayo, are the great disappointments within Gaelic, because they should do much better. They should have won more than what they've won. I thought Cork got a lot of false plaudits after the replay game, or the drawn match against Kerry. Cork played very well that day against Kerry, but nothing less than what I would expect Cork to play. They drew with Kerry. They probably should have closed out that game. And they got a lot of applause saying they've stood up. But for me, Cork playing Kerry was never a problem, especially in Munster. Cork's problem was always on the biggest stage in the Croke Park in the big games, and particularly against Kerry. So the Munster final drawing match, I didn't think proved a lot. It just proved that Cork's a top team. We know they're a top team, but it's whether they can cross that threshold to being the champions is the big issue. Kildare had a very disappointing league campaign, a very heavy loss to Dublin, and they've regrouped somewhat. But again, I think they are one of the teams that, and this is going to be one of the matches that again proves the difference between the top teams and the other teams, and I would be very confident that Cork would come through that one.
And if Cork go through that, then the chances are they play Dublin. Nobody wants to do that, but they play Dublin in the quarter final, and that is some test. That
some test repeated the National League final, which Dublin won fairly comfortably in the end up. Again, you just struggle to see who's going to stop Dublin at the minute. So you would imagine that Dublin would come through. Anything other than a Dublin win will be a huge shock. But Cork are a Jekyll and Hyde outfit, and they have the potential to play top quality football against the top teams. So potentially they could beat Dublin, but you wouldn't fancy their chances.
Also, now you talk about the fact that Fermanagh, the winners are Fermanagh and Westmeath, and you hope it's Fermanagh. I think they probably will be Fermanagh, according to what you say. They would play Kerry. You would see Kerry then making it into the semi-final again after playing 2 or 3 games just.
Yeah, playing really only one meaningful game. Well, the 2 games against Cork, but again, they have the luxury, and you can see in the way that they're managing Gooch, you can see in the way they're bringing back Aidan O'Mahony. They have the comfort and the luxury to bed players into their championship, to give them a half an hour here and a half an hour there and get them up to speed, knowing that it's quarter final, and potentially this year, the way the draw has worked out for them, really the semi-final that they have to peak for. And really you're going to look at Kerry, if they were to get on to an Ireland final, they'll have played 2 meaningful teams on their way there. And when you look at the path that Donegal have taken to date, that's a very envious place for Kerry to be in.